Today is Thursday, April the 23rd, and the only reason not very much happened in the market today was because the news came out late in the morning that it's quite possible that the drug that Gilead was touting for coronavirus actually doesn't have very good results at all. So we went down and we finished pretty much flat with the day before, but look at the volume. The volume was right in line with where it's been, which has been pretty low, and the stock market breadth did a little bit of a change. Let's look at the other spreadsheets that we've been running, and let's look at the oscillator. Went up a little bit, but we are looking for it to make a new high up here. So it's heading in that direction. What's interesting is that today's summation index is the first time that we've hit zero since January the 11th. And before that, October the 18th. But look what happened the last time when we came up to hit zero right here. We dropped down. So we have to be aware of that. So we're not going to repeat something like this coming up to the zero and then heading downwards again. So let's look at the charts now. Motive wave. S&P 500 did nothing. Of course, it moved into the cloud. It had no choice but to move into the cloud, but it ended up the day just down exactly on the lower cloud surface. Volatility didn't change very much. It raised at the end of the day. Apple down $3. It was having a very good day. It was coming up to hit the top of the cloud, but it ended below the cloud. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in a row where it's followed the trace of the bottom of the cloud. Caterpillar up 227, started at the bottom of the cloud, finished up in the cloud. Chiku span is out here, that's good. Amazon blocked at 138.2. Facebook stopped at the 200, but it did break through the cloud. The Chiku span still has room to go before it runs into the 50 EMA. So we're going to look for Facebook to struggle with the 200, and then you have the 200 simple moving average on top of that. Cisco had a wide-ranging day, a range of $1.02, and finished down at the bottom. Where else are we? Let's go to Home Depot, down $1.85. It as well passed through the thin cloud like we were hoping and predicting that it would, and it finished the day down on the cloud surface. Just another stock finishing down on the cloud. Netflix had a little bit of a pullback today. It was up 258, but from a body candle body point of view, it finished a little bit lower. AT&T down 3 cents. Whirlpool up $2.90, just getting support on the 8. Some of the stocks that some people have asked us to look at. Let's run through them quickly. Hertz. Let's go on the daily. Still maintaining that low, so there's really no rush to buy that one. Look at the size of the volume, and it finished down 9 cents with not much of a ranging day, only 38 cents of range. Well, that's 10%, isn't it? But anyhow, we're looking for some more interesting activity in that one. TAST, Burger King, up a little bit, still just above the 50. We did set an alert at 342, and it hasn't crossed that one yet. APT in this wedge, so tomorrow will be important. We'll probably see an alert where price will cross the 1440, or it could reverse in the other direction, but it's narrowing down as it forms this wedge. BP oil and Exxon, we look at them together, not much of a move there. Exxon, similarly, not much of a move. CRWD is what somebody asked us to look at. That's CrowdStrike, the security company. If I'm not mistaken, that was the company that was mentioned with regards to the Ukraine investigation and the Russian investigation. But we're looking at a trend line here. So if you were looking to buy into CrowdStrike, you would look for two things. You'd look for volume, which you've had for the past 2 days, but not today. But you'd certainly be looking for a break over this trend line. So I'm going to set an alert. see if we can get a break of that trend line. And either you buy a little bit then, or you wait for the pullback in the test and bounce off of the trend line. Silver, not unlike a lot of the stocks that we've been watching, stuck just by the cloud here, but the Chico span is over the 8 EMA, so there's room for the Chico span to not run encumbered, and you're looking for a possibility to move through this thin cloud. So silver doesn't look bad, but it certainly doesn't look as good as gold. Look at gold. We've got a bit of a trend line pattern here. You can set an alert. If it breaks over that trend line, you can buy it. Let's set an alert there. That is one that you should look at. Let's look at it on a bigger time frame then, and we look at this move up here from 2008 to 2011, and we had a pullback to a trend point. That was almost on the trend line. This was certainly many days on the trend line, but we're at 23.8%, but we've broken above that, so it looks like the gold ETF is going to run here, and that would be something that you could buy because it's been talked about as a stable currency, as all of the other currencies are getting weakened by the increasing deficits that they're incurring because of the pandemic. And finally, the gold miners, which is a nice derivative play for GLD itself, had a massive day today. So if you're looking to buy stock, it's well priced at just under $35. But if you're trying to buy gold at 163, maybe you want to do options on that one. So that's it for today. Where are we going tomorrow? Where are we going tomorrow? That's a good question. It's Friday. It looks like there's an opportunity if people can digest this news about the coronavirus, and Pence saying there are 10 other states now that have plans to reopen. You know, everybody has plans to reopen. North Carolina today announced it has plans to reopen, but not for another 2 weeks. And a lot of things have to fall into place before that reopening takes place.